Brian Powell of I Run Far here with Holly Page before the 2018 Ring of Steall Skyrace. How are you, Holly?
Quite cold.
Cold, yeah?
Yeah. I just flew in from the US 2 days ago, and it was nice and warm there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great to be back in the beautiful UK.
Make me jealous. Where were you last in the US?
I was in Montana.
Yeah.
I went over to do the rut.
Yeah.
And then, because it took so bloody long to get there, I decided to stay for another week afterwards, and went down into Wyoming, the Wind River Range, and the Tetons, and then up into Yellowstone.
Well, that's a pretty amazing
nice.
week after the run.
Yeah. It was fairly restful-ish. Yeah.
And the run itself went really well.
Yeah. I didn't really know what to expect, and also it was really high altitude. Well, for a British person, it was pretty high.
And for a race.
Yeah. So I kind of flew in from not very high, and yeah, I wasn't really sure how that would go in terms of altitude and just being generally tired. I'd been crewing Tom in the TDS and until he finished after midnight, and then at 4 a.m. I drove to Geneva Airport to get my 7 a.m. flight, which was so it's great prep, just a bit like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was pretty happy.
Good thing Tom didn't take any longer at TDS.
Yeah, no, he took long enough. So no.
So the rut went really well, but you've also had other high altitude races. You did really well at yachting early in the season.
So maybe high altitude races is my thing.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, I did well in China, and then me and Hilary Girardi did a race up Monte Rosa in June, which was cool. So that went up to 4-5 or something,
which was the original skyrunning race.
Yeah, that was they brought it back after 25 years of not having it, so that was pretty awesome experience.
And how'd that go?
That was great. I'd never done a team race before.
Oh, it was with a team. Okay.
Well,
that's right.
So we did it with a partner. So kind of did 1,000 meters not roped together, then 1,000 meters with crampons still not roped together, and then another 1,000 meters attached to Hilary. So that was good.
Did you two ladies take that?
Yeah. We had some ski mountaineer rivals, but we took them on the run. So
really?
Good. Yeah.
Who were you guys racing hard against?
I can't actually remember their
names. Are they here?
No, I don't think so. Okay. I think they like snow.
They like snow.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Last time I was here, it was really snowy. In February, March time.
Okay. I think there's rumors of possibly snow on the ridges one of these nights.
That would be good for me.
Yeah?
Well, anything that slows everyone else down is good for me.
Why is that?
Because I'm slow. But I'm strong and slow.
Okay. Let's clarify.
So when it's raining and hurricaning and blizzarding and whatever it might be, I don't enjoy it, but I tend to do better if it's like that.
It equalizes things a little bit.
Yeah.
You're not just going to use some speed and blow people away.
Yeah, I can't do that. So
no. Well, then this is your sort of course.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't actually I am British, but so I feel like I ought to know the route. I don't. So
29K, a good bit of climbing.
Yeah, there's always plenty of people to follow. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's well flagged, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of climbing, technical in parts.
Yeah.
Not climbing technical, but it's technical.
Yeah, apparently so. So as I say, I've not really engaged very much in looking at the route properly. But yeah, I guess I'll see it tomorrow.
Rumor is that you're pretty good at that kind of stuff.
That's what I like. I was brought up as a fell runner. So ever since I was I don't know, the under 12s in the English fell running championships, then I've been running up and down, walking up the hills. So you're
going to have your club kit on tomorrow's race?
I probably should, but they'd be really happy if I did, but I don't think so.
No.
I'll probably be wearing a waterproof coat and my hat and gloves.
I don't know. The forecast for during the race actually.
This is vest weather. Yeah. So this would be all right. Nice. Blue sky.
Well, let's look real close.
Blue sky.
Folks, you witnessed it.
It's here. Yeah.
So that you've been running for a long time then.
For quite a while, yeah.
And competitively so. And
yeah. I like to race, which means actually since April I've raced every single weekend. Other than last weekend. So
you're fresh now.
Yeah, totally fresh. My legs are going to be feeling great tomorrow.
Now some of those were really high level, like Skyrunning World Series races, the Monte Rosa race.
Yeah.
Have some of them? I assume some of them have been low key.
There's been a few low key ones, but mostly actually races overseas.
Yeah.
I just like, if I haven't got a race, I try and find one. But yeah, there's been a couple of fell races on the rare occasions I've been back in the UK. I even did a triathlon like 3 weeks ago because I was in the Alps and didn't have a race. And I found I can't swim, and I found the Mont Blanc International Triathlon.
And you learned how to swim?
And bought a swimming costume from Decathlon for €8 the day before. Borrowed some goggles from somebody, turned up, and everyone else was wearing a wetsuit. And I was the only one in a swimming costume, and it was raining. But
you made it.
I made it. I got puncture on my bike. It was like everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong. But yeah, I finished.
So now back to a simple run in the hills.
Yeah, this is easy. I'm not having to stress about how many swimming caps to wear or like whether I'm going to literally die of hypothermia.
Because you've been how many?
Because I had to swim in the lake, and everyone. Yeah.
And it's because you've been running in shit weather in the hills for quite a while.
Yeah, and like people are like, oh yeah, it's great. This is your sort of terrain. Like it's your sort of weather. You Brits love it. Like we don't love it. That's why most Brits go overseas. Just because it rains all the time doesn't mean we like love the rain.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, we'll see tomorrow.
You'll see.
Yeah. Or maybe I won't see because it'll be too misty.
Maybe some clag or whatnot. Now, on the competition side of things, there's a lot of really strong women here. As you matched up at Zagama earlier in the year, probably some of them. Are you excited by that, or what draws you to these kind of races? I
guess like I used to be super competitive. Like I think I was more competitive as an under 12 than I am now. And I used to get really nervous before races and be like looking up who was going to be there. And whereas now, like I know what I can do, and I know what other people can do, and I know there's a lot of people who are much faster than me, and that's totally fine. Like they're better than me, so I don't get too stressed. I'm not like, oh no, this person might beat me or this person might beat me. I'm like, well, I can I'll go out and run hard, and if that's faster than some people, cool. And if it's not as fast as some people, also cool. Like I'm pretty chilled about the whole thing. Are
you competing against yourself, or are you just going out there and having fun in the mountains?
I don't think I'll be having fun. Like
no.
I mean, everyone's always like, yeah, it's so fun. We're like smiley running around in the mountains. I mean, usually that's one thing I've learned this year, how to smile.
Okay.
In a race. I never used to smile when I was running because you're running hard, you're racing, like you shouldn't be enjoying it. So yeah, but then some of the skyrunning guys like this year, I remember after the first race, they're like, Holly, you never smile. Like you're supposed to at least smile for the camera. I was like, oh, but I'm trying hard. I used to have like spit coming down my face or like a double chin and like
a classic fell runner photo.
Yeah. Like my dad would never. He'd have told me off if I was just like
snot coming out one nostril.
Then that shows I'm actually trying. Yeah. What was I even talking about? Having fun in the mountains. Yeah, I won't be having fun in the mountains probably.
Not on race day.
Like not. After, like I enjoy before the race, like this is fun because then I get to like feel justified in eating large amounts of food, and then afterwards also feel justified in eating large amounts of food. But like the bit of the actual race is usually not that fun. But and competition. You asked about that. I don't know. I'm not like. I think you should never turn up to a race like expecting to come in a certain position. Or like expecting to do well. I usually just presume I'll be at the back, and then it means that if I'm not at the back, then I'm really happy. And so if you go with like zero expectations, I'm never ever disappointed after a race because I usually expect to be last. And then
funny, I just interviewed Damien Hall after UTMB and had that same exact very similar mental approach of like, I'm rubbish, whatever. If I beat anybody, great.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm like, oh, I'm not last, amazing. And then you're always happy.
A little mental gymnastics.
Yeah. And I used to be like really bad, so I was never a good runner as a junior, for example. So like I never went through that phase of always winning and then like stopping winning. It's like I never won, and then sometimes now I win, and it's like, wow, this is really cool.
You keep climbing up.
Never take it for granted.
Nice. Well, good luck out there, Holly.
Thanks.
And great meeting you.
Thank you.